tell me why. So tell me why.
Okay, yeah. I don't need this no more. I don't need to stay, finna walk out that door. Sometimes wish I knew it too. Fly away from tomorrow. 이제는 너무 멀리 와.
这是开始的吗？还没有动还没有。
哇，那个。
Reading more, reading 在哪里啊？哎，弟弟来。昨天那个这么爽啊！
It's so hard to be near you. Make it hard for me to breathe. And I can't stand to see you smile, 'cause it kills me from within. Your voice is like an arrow that pierces me through the heart. And your touch is like fire that will burn my skin. I wish that I could say what I really feel, 'cause I'm in love with you. Yeah, I'm in
먹어야겠다. 튀김 하나 1,000원.
Attention all passengers. Please move to your right. There are more trains ahead on Southwest.
Expo Terminal 博览 This train terminates.
Changi Airport.
아가씨 그 녹색보다 나 녹색보다 이런 거 사고
어릴 때 원했던 어른이 됐나 Thought I found oasis mine 놓칠까 달렸던 나 Let's just take it slowly 늦은 어떤 때 같은 곳을 바라보고 있잖아 Go anywhere you want to Underneath the pressure oh, sometimes wish I knew it too Fly away from tomorrow 이제는 너무 멀리 와버렸던 거야 Yeah, I need you need me too I'm still chasing that mind all the time babe I need you need me too 그땐 신기루 그대로 나 돌아간다면 다시 한번 또나 바꿔주고 싶어 어렸던 내 맘을 Baby you Jump to your castle 내린 타이밍 이젠 빨리 흘러가겠지 그때가 그립다고는 못하겠어 난 아직 쫓아가고 있어 사실 난 oh, sometimes
어서 오십시오. 탑 조심히 올라세요.